Jess has been a busy little bee today. We had a great weekend, and strike while. Oh my goodness, come on! The mouse was in the way. Sorry, Jesus. Strike while the iron's hot. You know what I'm saying? I believe in that. Go with momentum. We had, and again, this is a scheduled video, so yes, I'm talking about the past. Hopefully, when you're watching it, the momentum is still going on. But the members get to, see the scheduled videos in real time, and that's what can I do? It is what it is, and that's a benefit of being a member. So today is episode 93. Now I do put up, just as a caveat, I put up a lot of, I was gonna say some, I put up a lot of content immediately, especially lives, obviously alive. But the scheduled videos, they have to be scheduled because it's just too much content, and it's also special for membership, and it's an enticement to becoming a member. Okay, so with that said, also during my day, I have to schedule things because, I have a family, and I work from home. My wife does not. And when she comes home, I would like to spend some time with her, and therefore, thusly, I need to, I try to do my best to have the bulk of my content creation done early before she gets home. So, without further ado, I better get to it before I get pow when she does get home. And we're doing pocket change today. Let's see how much I put up on a table. We're getting there, though. This is all that's left from this big ball jar, shirt type ball jar. All right, I'm not going to go too, but I already see a Canadian in there. I'll do a little bit more, not too much more, though, just a little bit. All right, we're going to leave it at that, okay? That's all we have left. Maybe another 4 or 5 videos if we're lucky, or a bunch of small ones. We'll see. And then I'm going to be begging for, well, I'm not going to beg, but, I'll request more donations. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to collect my own pocket change lately. Let me put on I'm in the habit of wearing these things now. So, I don't know. I guess it's a good habit. I don't know. Does it really matter? Probably not. But the one thing I got to say I do like about it is that it keeps my fingers clean. And you can see how dirty. So what I do is I separate everything, right? Dimes, nickels, pennies, blah, blah, blah. And if I see anything interesting, then I'll put it towards the end. So that's how I do this when it's that's much more faster. Like I said, if I see anything interesting, I'll put it towards the end. There is the Canadian there. I guess it's a little too late. And I don't know how interesting. I mean, you know what? I didn't know that they stopped making Canadian pennies until a Canadian subscriber. See this? Whatever, man. Let me leave it there. Forget it. I try to stay clean. I see stuff like that. I want to throw it in the garbage, but I guess it's okay to put back in the dime. Let me see. Put dimes down here. Nickels up there. So let's do that. All right. Dime, 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 dime. And the pennies I always do last because, I'm most familiar with pennies. If you watch my channel, then, consistently I'm saying, then you'll know that Um, I do mostly pennies, and it didn't make me an expert in pennies or anything, but I'm just most familiar with pennies. I learned about coin errors mostly through penny coin roll searches, for whatever that's worth. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, and that's the truth of the matter. As far as I think I'm pretty good at um, identifying penny stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're almost done here. All right. Then what I'll do is I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll move the pennies over just for time's sake, so I'm not going all bananas. And remember this. Oh no, this isn't. So this isn't my cousin's pocket change. My cousin's the one that we found the Indian head penny in. That was pretty nuts. All right, let's start with dimes. I got the dimes right here. Let me just move them to the front of the screen. All right, let's go. Let's get it on. All right, let's move those pennies over, and let's get those. All right, so let's see what we find. Earlier today, I did another similar, same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Same batch. Went looking for errors in the same batch, and there was some interesting stuff. I mean, there was the Lincoln, the gold Lincoln $1. Gold color. Whatever. The 2010. That was pretty cool. We found like a possible broad strike. We found that. See, on the back of these dimes, I don't know if we're going to find one today. You have to look very carefully. And on the back, right, you see where the torch is, and then the plants or flowers, whatever they are, they look like plants, I guess. Right there, sometimes you'll see. It's a very, I don't want to say super common, but I found them before, and I found one of them in the previous video. So that was another one we found on the dimes. No silver. We only found one silver dime. That was a couple weeks ago. But unless the die, to me, I wouldn't buy a die clash unless it was really strong. Unless, I don't know, unless that's like something that you collect, or you have such very, deep insight and knowledge into that specific type of era, that you could buy a very weak one and it still has value. But from what I see, the light die clashes have, considerably less value than a strong die clash. So, I unless it was, I guess, like as an example, you know what I mean, just to compare it to, I guess that's different. Otherwise, I'm probably going to, send it back to the bank. Episode 92, man. Episode 92. We're getting it. We're gonna hit the big, the 3-digit, and we'll be there for a long. We'll be in the 3-digit for a long time. Maybe, oof. To go from 100 to 1,000, I'm going to assume it's going to take 900 videos. It's going to take years. It's going to take years. Years, because I do a few episodes a week. It's going to take years before we hit the 1,000. Years. It should be pretty interesting, though, I think. Oh, wow. Oh, this is missing Huh. I've seen the reverse like I can't. It's missing clad, right? Yeah, it's missing clad. Um, but it's like grayish, you know. I'm gonna hold on to it. Maybe we'll figure it out later. Could be just missing clad. Oh, look at that beauty, huh? Wow, like uncirculated. Something about those beautiful, brilliant coins, right? You could just stare at them. I could just stare at them all day long. See, this one's nice. Can't even compare them though. Maybe I'll put that one onto the side also. This has a beautiful example. All right, I'll put that to the side too. You know, I do this. So what happens is, if you don't, you know, I probably talk about this every few videos. That has a odd uh, edge rim. At the end of the video, I do the abridged version, right? And at the end of the abridged version, I do the shorts. All right, we're doing nickels now. I got them. I didn't even put them into piles. Move these dimes over a little bit. So even though so I'll do shorts on coins that have no value. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't think we all watch this channel just for, oh, then, yeah, it's got to be worth something. You know what I mean? I don't think so, right? So you watch the channel because of the interesting. Well, I'm assuming because of me, right? I mean, I'm the catalyst to the. Huh. That's pretty interesting, huh? You see that, D? So it looks like a D over D and a fill D. I'll hold on to that one too. Um, so if something, so like that D over D, is that worth anything? I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's worth anything. Oh, I looked at those already. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I took back from the pile that I put out, and I took them back in. I got distracted for a second. Sorry about that. And then I'll make shorts on the interesting. I mean, some of them are valuable. Don't get me wrong. It's just that none of the ones we found so far are valuable. None of the coins we found so far today are valuable. They're just interesting, right? So like the uncirculated dime is interesting. The other dime with the whatever's going on with it, that was interesting. Now the possible repunched nickel mint mark, that might have value. It really depends. I have to really look at it under definitely under a loop, but maybe even under a microscope to see if how good it looks. Because that's what people who are buying. Excuse me. Let me look at this one more time. When you're buying a coin, right, you want something that really tickles your fancy. You know. So an interesting repunched mint mark might be that thing that you're looking for. And that was definitely an interesting mint mark. It looked like it was repunched because it had a solid D on the top, and then you saw the little lines of like another D on the bottom. And the only question is, it's in the 80, it's in 1980. So were they still repunching in 1980 or not? That becomes the question, or is it just a filled in mint mark, which also, I mean, that's really filled. It's really high up to be filled. You know what I mean? I don't know. So anyway, so maybe it has no value, but it's definitely interesting and a good thought exercise. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's part of the learning process, is to figure certain things out. And I like doing that. I like figuring things out. Okay, so that's the end of the nickels. All right. Oops. Now we're going to do the quarters. Now, I do not have, a lot of these quarters have errors, right? So, for example, Eric, who's one of our members, is really knowledgeable about quarters and state quarters, right? My understanding is that, from my experience, I'm saying, is that almost every single state quarter has some sort of error. Might not be the most popular error, but there's an error there that you could look for. And if you're really, really, really into quarters, then you're going to look for them. You know what I mean? And yes, they do have value if you find them. Boy, does that P look tiny, man. The P looks tiny. The 3 looks out of place. Let me just see. Let's look for another P. Didn't we find another P before? That's a D. No. No. All right, well, I'll keep it to the side. What is it? 83? 83P? Yeah, I mean, that P looks diminutive. And the 83 looks misplaced, which I don't even know if that's possible. We'll see. So again, part of the process is really to figure things out, right? Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that. What year is it? 2007. And the way you do that is, by taking your time, investing time, having patience. So if you're into quarters, specifically, see, look at that P. Oh my God, another 87? Oh, it's an 83. All right. But come on. And this one I have on the bottom, and it looks 10 times larger. How about if we go like this? Come on. You follow what I'm saying? What's up with that P, man? So we got to find an 83, because that P looks tiny whiny. Now, if it is a small P, whatever that means, what does a small P mean? Does that make it valuable? Like, how could it be a small P, right? Because it's punched. Or it's part of the die. I don't know how they make those that year. So how could the P be small? It would have to be an error on the die. Yeah, see, all of these have little errors. All these coins have little errors. Either you're lucky and you notice it, or you have to have the an example of it in front of you to compare it to, which I do not. You know, I'm going by Spidey senses here. You know, like I know the way how the mint mark should look. You know, I know where they should be placed. I know how the rim looks, the edges, right? So, you know, I'll notice a die clash. I'll notice a repunch. I'll notice if the um, coin is bagged. I'll notice double dies. I'll notice if it's a clad error, if it's a planchet error. Those are, you know, I'll notice if it's a strike through, if it's a broad strike, if it's misaligned die versus off-centered. This one has the ring of death. That's a crimp roll damage. I know the years to look for if they're silver or not, right? 1964 and older. Ah, look at that. See, the P is small. That's an 82. See, that I did not know. We found out together. Look how small the P is. It's like the diminutive. Now, so, okay, so now we know that the P is small, right? So goodbye. We could get rid of this one. But is that P repunched? Let's look. And now I have to look at that one under the loop. Hard to say. It's hard to say, but it's interesting looking. I'll zoom in a bit on it. Yeah, to me, it's repunched. What do you think? If I go any closer, it's gonna, and you can see like the denting around the mint mark, like it's repunched. So to me, that's repunched. That's a nice one. Okay, so we got a couple things going on here. We got four coins for the shorts. We found one error, I think. I don't know why do we got the nickel there for? Was that also repunched? I guess we'll find out later. And what you have to watch out with the crimp roll, you can see the crimp roll, right? You see the little circle, is that the crimp roller machine. See, so it must have been facing this way, right? So this was an ender. We'll go through letters, and it'll cut off. It'll damage the surface, like the letters of the 69 of the coin, and if you don't know, you'll think that you have a mint error, but it's not. It's just the crimp roll going through the letters or the date or what have you. Choo choo. Okay, now we're on the pennies. And again, you know, I see some coppers in here. I saw so we'll take it all in stride. Yeah, that's a copper, 75. That's a beauty. I mean, for pocket change, right? Oh, wow. Another one. And another one. And another one. It's hard to say. I don't know if... I mean, to me, I could put this with the... I think I could put this one... I don't know if I want to put this with... That's... It gets so tricky between AU and, you know, fine, very fine. I'm going to put this... I'm going to put them both in fines. I don't think they're nice enough to be... it's close, though. It's close. Here goes the Canadian penny. Now, remember, foreign coins, if you flip them, they're upside down. You have to turn them this way. I don't understand why we do them differently for. I guess there has to be a reason for it. But our pennies, you flip. Whoops, see, it's true. If you drop a penny, it means it's true. It's good luck. See? Stays right side up. But foreign coins do not. If you flip a foreign coin, it's upside down. So you have to turn them this way. Okay, so we have a Canadian penny. Oh, that's a beauty. This I will put into the AUs. That's a beauty. See, and to me, I can see a little bit of a difference between these two, right? Tell me if you agree with me. This is what my AU rolls are made of, right? And these I put into the fine. It's a slight difference, but it's significant enough that if ever I sell them, I want to make sure every single penny in there looks very nice like this one. Oh, look at this. Interesting. So now we have fine, we have a regular. Look how red this one is, huh? Sintered. This is I think this is a sintered penny. It has too much red in it. It's not, I mean, that's not, it's super copper looking. Interesting. I'll put it with the fines. Oh, another one? In the same year? Oh, 63. Oh, look at that. See what happened? Do they have the same oh my goodness, I have a band-aid on the finger. It's not giving me butterfingers. No, it's not the same. Same person, different image. Queen Elizabeth II. Oh, wow. 63. I think this is the oldest one I've ever found. Are they both copper? Let me know in the comments below. Do you know what are all Canadian pennies copper? Or did they make them of zinc at some point or some other metal? 2000D. Close AM. You see? See the E, how it's damaged? That's from the crimp roll. This was an ender. You can see the little circle going through it. If you didn't know, you might think it's damaged, but it's not. Oh, 78. That's nice. Where am I going to put this one? Let me see. No, I'm going to put it with the fines. It's close. It really is close. It's a beauty. Could be AU. Another 83 and another one. Misaligned die. This is a copper. 74. Very fine. 84. What do you think? I think this is I'm going to say copper. 81. Oh boy. Story with that one, huh? If pennies could talk. If pennies could talk. Oh, wow. I'm going to put this with the AU. That's just too nice. Is it? Yeah. You know. Nah. The other one I think I could put with the AUs. One before that. That one's nicer. But the other one, no. It's only when you have them next to each other that you could really tell whether or not, they're almost uncirculated or not. Hub is going right through. It's interesting, but I know it doesn't really have much value, if any. 97, 97. Okay, then we found it. For our last penny, we got a copper. Okay. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And then what I do is, for those of you who are interested, if you're interested to know, the non-pennies. That's it. This is my search jar. That means I searched it. And from here, when this gets full, it goes into the water jug. I broke dropping the pennies, dropping the coins into one of these. I broke it once, like a big dope. So that's where they go. The other ones I'll do videos on and shorts. And then if they'll probably end up into that jar also because they don't have any value. And the zincs, right? They go into I put them as 83s, right? That's how you get them to go flat. When they go in sideways, you go like this. You shake them up and they go down. Okay, still got some space in there. The regular copper ones, they go into there. The fines go in here. Get some nice and flat. It's not flat. There we go. Take like a Sharpie pen. If you want to squash them down. Squash them down. And then we got 2 AUs, right? Almost uncirculated, beautiful, brilliant pennies. And they go into the special rolls. And then I save these. I save all the copper, but these go into a special container that I have. I don't have it in front of me, but if you've ever seen, they sell the boxes that hold penny rolls, and I picked up a couple specifically for these rolls. But I do a short on them first before I put them in there. So I thought I would show you that. Okay, and please click like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll see you on the next one. Oh, my chapstick. You see my chapstick? See my chapstick? You see my seashells? You see my seashells in there? These are seashells from when me and my wife went to Puerto Rico. And I keep them on my desk as a nice reminder. And we found some beach glass. Look at this one. I always thought this would make a nice little pendant, you know. So we did it just in time. My wife just came home. So I'm going to cut it a little short today. All right. God bless. Please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.